Hey Edwin, thanks for jumping on this call. So I just wanted to ask you some questions about how online marketing has helped your business.
Mhm.
First off, can you tell me a little bit about your company and what you do?
The Aldaris CPA group is a full service accounting firm.
Mm-hmm.
So we provide attestation services, we provide tax services, and business advisory services.
Okay, and then just so everyone knows, where are you located?
We are located in West Seattle,
Okay, perfect.
Washington State.
All right. And how long have you been doing online marketing?
This will be my um, as of January. This will only be my third year.
And what's happened since starting?
Um, well, so um, I initially started with another SEO firm, um, just to um, just to get the foundation of the online marketing, um, and then after about I would say about 6 months into it, that's where the actual website started
Mm-hmm.
getting a lot of hits. On average, we get a phone call a day, maybe about 2 emails a day. Um, After about a year, um, I could comfortably say that in terms of the West Seattle market, we were ranked number one for approximately over 89 search terms.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After 2 years, and that's when I engaged Tom Plan to do a more focused SEO campaign around Yelp. Um, After about 10 months, uh, not only are we number one in West Seattle, but also we are now beginning to strongly compete with the more regional firms in the entire city of Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's what's essentially happened. And I guess to put some quantitative numbers to it, between 2015 and 2016, my gross revenues have increased 496%. 97% of that came from SEO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Like when you look at that split between SEO and Yelp, how does that play out?
Um, so, um, so running some analytics, specifically during the busy season, which is typically from February 1st all the way through, you know, mid to late April. Um, the ratio between Google versus Yelp was 49% Google, 51% Yelp.
Okay, yeah. So having both of those is pretty important. Would you say?
Yes,
Okay.
just because from a more broad perspective, um, Google does play an important part in my online
Mm-hmm.
marketing. However, um, when we're looking at the younger generations, um, you know, I found that they mainly geared towards going to Yelp,
Mm-hmm.
and so hence why I've engaged Tom Bland to 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 develop a very focused and very specific SEO campaign around Yelp.
Okay. And since you started all this, have you hired any employees?
Yeah, so before the uh, before my third busy season, I hired an executive assistant and I hired a workflow manager,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm well on my way to now hiring a seasonal tax preparer.
Yeah, that's great. How do you think the next 1 to 2 years will play out for you?
Well, so if you know, I'm going to be fairly conservative on this. Um, so between the 2015 tax season and the 2016 tax season, I would say that that in terms of tax returns that I did, those nearly doubled.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would probably expect a little bit less than that, just to be conservative. But there is a part of my mind which, um, which has me thinking that I wouldn't be surprised if if at the minimum I doubled. But realistically, I'll probably increase my book of business by my book of new business probably about 3 times.
Okay, and that's all from online marketing.
Yes, like I said, due to the uh, due due to the work with Tom Plan, you know, uh, 97% of my business comes from online marketing. You know, um, you know, I would say, um, so if it's 97% comes from online marketing, um, I would say the remaining probably comes from word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's as opposed to when I first began, when the majority of my book of business came from word of mouth, but also, but the remaining percentage actually came from, joining these various, business networking
Mm-hmm.
groups and whatnot, um, which I still think is a very viable option.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that long term, um, it's online marketing that's, that's where that's where my business has had the greatest impact.
Okay, yeah, that's great to hear. It sounds like it's turned out to be an amazing investment for you. So, who would benefit most from investing in online marketing?
What was that again?
Who would benefit most from investing in online marketing, would you say?
I would say virtually any industry would, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, just because, you know, um, for my time, seeing how my own SEO campaigns have just expanded over time. That that I can say that that in terms of my industry, which is very traditional in terms of the way they do marketing, is that the idea of direct mail campaigns, yellow pages, newspaper ads, TV ads doesn't work. It just doesn't work anymore. And so, um, and and these days, if people want to find a good tax accountant, they want to find a reputable accounting firm, they're not going to ask their mom and dad. They're not going to go to the TV, and they certainly don't listen to traditional radio. They're going to go on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do a search, and that's where they're going to find you.
Yeah, I completely agree. And thank you so much for your time, and I continue looking forward to working with you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tom.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.